imagine you are advising, you're coaching a CEO who is just creating a new strategic plan and is exciting and taking the organization to the next level, etc. What are the actions or thoughts and steps that they need to consider in order to set themselves up for success beyond communication, but also execution?
I think what we touched on, starting from a place of humility and working with the leadership team around where do we need to go to from here. People follow leaders that they believe will lead them to a better future. So how do we articulate what that better future is for all of us? What would that look like? And then we start thinking about, okay, we're on this path, we're on this journey together, and we have to think about this as a journey that we're trying to get from point A to point B over time. And we've decided we're going to do these 4 or 5 things that are going to get us from A to B. And so how do we make sure that we're well equipped to go on that journey? We're well packed, we got the right food, we got enough water, we got the right shoes. All those things need to be put into place to make sure we're going the way. And then the leader's job is to step back and take away all the roadblocks along the way of that journey. What do I do to make sure I take the friction out of your execution, to use that kind of a technical term? But how to reduce the friction in execution? That's essentially what the leader's job has got to be about. And so my advice to that CEO is to start from a place of deep humility. Work with your team in a very collaborative fashion. Think about what the journey is from A to B. What are all the milestones along the way? How will you know you're on the right path to success? And then ask openly and candidly, like, what have we got right? What are we missing? What would make this better? And how do we make sure we get there? And the least amount of trials and tribulations possible.
I've worked with an organization, I love what you're saying, by the way, but I worked with an organization that has transformed and did a big reorg. But assume that after the reorganization and commitment to the new strategic direction, that people will be able to just continue working and be truly committed without really anticipating perhaps even a dip in performance and confusion and being emotionally orphaned because they've lost some people, etc. So I think that element of removing the roadblocks and creating conditions for success and communicating it clearly is a must-have in order for people to shake off and not have that, I don't know, survival's guilt. Maybe it's too big of a term, but you want people to believe that where they are going, that why we are doing it is right, where we are going is right, that the plan is right, and that they have a meaningful role to play around it. Right? Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, all of that, and also recognizing that journey may not be for everyone. So there may be some people who choose not to go there, and you need to help them understand that if there's not where you want to go, then let's liberate them to their higher purpose in some way, shape, or form. Like, what could they do inside the organization? If not, then how do we help them find an elegant off-ramp? Because not everybody's going to want to be part of that journey or want to go to where that destination is. They might be so invested in the status quo or invested in a world that's comfortable to them that they can't break through that change. And all the change dynamic models, all those things is not going to change that for that individual.
No. Gosh, that's another video that we can create. Thank you.
Thank
you very, very much for this invigorating conversation.
Great to see you.
Feeling is mutual. Thank you very much.